Yes, indeed. Welcome back to the podcast. Another one. We're gonna get down into some more music today. On my podcast today is a brother named Al Fresco. Peace, brother. How
Yo,
you doing?
peace, my brother. I appreciate you having me, man. I appreciate you reaching out and kind of doing your research on what I'm doing and what Mines is doing. So definitely, it's a pleasure. It's an honor to be here, bro.
Oh yes, sir, man. I take pleasure in, like I said before we started doing the pod, is take pleasure in finding new artists and dope music out here and making sure that, I do my best to make sure that they get heard. So this is like, I guess someone was telling me I'm like a journalist and I'm doing an editorial, audio and visual editorial on artists, up and coming artists, independent artists
For
and
sure.
underground artists. I never thought about it that way, but it's a part of what I'm doing. So fuck it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you're the
keep on doing
underground
it.
journalist.
There it
Underground
is.
journalist.
There
Yeah.
it is. That is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep on doing that shit and making it happen. And it's your job as an artist to make sure you continue to do dope ass music and make that shit stick to the ribs. You understand
That's
me?
my mission, bro. That's the plan. That's my mission, bro. I'm trying to bring that the official the main New York sound back. What our mission is. You know what I mean?
And I appreciate that, man. So right out the bat, since you said that, do you feel the same way that I do? That New York got too caught up in hearing what the South was doing and tried to emulate that instead of sticking to what they was doing.
Um, before, okay, I wouldn't say
Mm-hmm.
the South. I would say Chicago. I mean, I feel like the South. When the South took over,
Mm-hmm.
New York didn't really wasn't really lit like that. We didn't really have like we still had our sound though.
You did. New
We
York
still
did. I ain't
had
gonna
our
say you, but New
sound.
York did.
But when the South took over, we kind of faded away because it was everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it was Luda, it was Ti, it was Gucci. You know what I mean? They was all popping. But when I'm telling you, when Chief Keef and
He
I'm gonna
gonna
make
blame
this.
us.
I'm not gonna play him. I'm giving him his flowers. You know what I
Yo.
mean? I'm giving him his flowers. Chief Keef changed the whole generation. And Chief Keef is actually I feel like Chief Keef is like an offspring of Lil Wayne. Like all of these I mean, everybody's really an offspring of Lil Wayne, but Chief Keef is a all. Everybody's really an offspring of Chief Keef. So everybody's like Lil Wayne's grandsons, I'm gonna say, and then everybody's Chief Keef's son. When it comes to even like musically, I'm talking about. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even like everybody, just the whole drill. Every Chief Keef made a whole genre. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
because now all these states are now you got New York drill, but you got this shit split in boroughs now because it's not even New York. You got Brooklyn drill, Bronx drill. All you know, it's split in boroughs, and you got Jersey drill. You got all these states coming up with their own drill. So I feel like, and what drill? You tell me, bro. Since
Come
you
on,
from
man.
out, you,
Don't just blame my city for that bullshit,
I'm not
bro.
blaming y'all. I'm giving
Don't
y'all
just
y'all
blame us.
flowers because
I
y'all
hear
made a
you.
whole genre. I said y'all made a whole genre.
We did.
Y'all
We
made a
did.
whole genre,
It
bro.
was trap music, and then we
Yes,
it was
trap
it
and
was
drill is two
drill, and it
different things,
became
though,
trap
bro.
and drill music. So
Hmm.
for those who don't know what drill music ain't nothing but spinning the block music. That's all it is, yo. We gonna go out here and we gonna knock some heads off, all right? So
That's
it
a
was it
fact.
was the guys that hustle along with the guys that with a muscle, and they got out here and they do what they supposed to do or
But
should
it's
be
a
doing.
mixture. I'm saying like the music.
I hear you, but I just wanted to make sure people know what drilling is. All right. So away from
Okay,
that,
yeah, for sure.
the beginning of that, you got to admit that it was the South taking over. Like they were saying, yo, we taking over, and a lot of the beats started to follow that hi hat,
Boom.
that up tempo rhythm. We
Perfect
came
segue.
in, boom. Then we came in and it became that's that shit I don't like. Then it got real gutter. Then it
Perfect
got real
segue.
gutter.
Perfect segue. The beats, right? The beats. I feel like the beats is a mixture. Yes, you're absolutely. I absolutely agree. You're absolutely right. It became a mixture of trap with grime. You know grime. You know UK's grime.
I'm not sure about that one.
If you ever look up grime from the UK, you know what I mean? They it's like the type of music that Drake be messing with. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Okay, okay,
but that type of beat, the beat pattern and the sounds and a lot. I feel like drill came from a lot of that mixed with trap. You know what I mean? And it's I love the beats. I ain't gonna lie. I love the beats and the new. I love the new energy and all of that. Just I'm listen. Even if I don't agree with the message and all of that, I like the energy. I like the music. I'm all for the music. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? I'm not a fan of. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, yo, look, I listen to drill. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell you that. I did. We were just talking about that literally before this. We was just talking about this whole topic.
Mm,
I did, fuck with Pop Smoke a lot because I felt like he brought substance. He brought um he brought swag and he was creative. You know what I mean? Where a lot of his it's not just a lot of all that shoot 'em up bang bang stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure.
Um, but as far as look, Chicago. I love Lil Durk. Like personally, I'm a big Durk fan.
Okay,
Honest, at first I didn't like Durk. Like when Chief Keef came out, I liked Chief Keef. I ain't gonna lie, I did like Chief Keef. The I don't like. I played that. That shit was on repeat every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I was
because
like, yo, these other niggas,
it was point blank. It was straight to the point, bro. That
bro.
shit
I
was straight to
loved
the
it.
point.
I loved it. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't. I loved it. I'm like, yo, this shit is. We never seen no shit like this before. A bunch of fucking little skinny niggas, shirtless niggas with a bunch of guns and over like you know what I mean, this shit was just mad raw,
Yeah.
authentic. Like yo, we feel that, we live that, like
And
yeah,
then
you
and
know what I'm
then
saying?
then a bunch of niggas after that tried to follow his footsteps and do the
And they did,
same thing.
and they did, bro. And they
Yep.
did. And
Yep.
they did. And then New York lost its sound. It went to the point where not only it's the lifestyle. Our young niggas live like them niggas over there now, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
it's cool now to disrespect somebody that's dead. It wasn't cool back then. You know what
No,
I'm
it
saying? To
wasn't.
do that.
It wasn't.
It, it wasn't cool.
Now they put you in the pack, roll you up and smoke you now, man.
Yes. It was That was cool to do all of that. You do that. Now it's cool to self snitch. Now it's cool to talk about your crimes all over IG. Now it's cool to brandish your piece on. Oh, look what I got.
Yeah. Look at
Look,
it. Look at the y'all see me holding this FN. Y'all see me with the carbon 15. Y'all see what I'm out here with. That used to be against the structure and the movement, you know, I mean, not the movement, but against the code of what was going on in the shadows and in the dark. You know, you wasn't supposed to be on TV, yeah, or any
the thing
videos
about
showing that type of stuff out. But you know what that was? That was Keith living his truth at the time. I don't
living
think
his
it
truth
was
and not understanding his
facts,
power, and
facts.
now not understanding his power, not
There it is.
understanding his power.
There it is. I
His
don't think he
power reached
understood where it was gonna go and
not
who
only
it was gonna
nationally,
affect.
bro. These little niggas were not only listening to you nationally, but they was following you globally, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
hear me, bro? They was not only listening to you all over the United States, but they was following you all over Earth, my boy. At that point, when
Everywhere.
you have that certain kind of power, you got to know at what point, like, yo, what message are we really sending out here? Like, what, bro? Because you could start a global war, bro, just by the words that you speak. Now, if you have that power, and the youth is our future. Once you have that type of influence on our youth, you are the future, bro. So whatever
Yeah.
message that you preach, these little niggas is following you, bro. And it don't matter what us adults at this point say, bro, because it's like these adults gave up. It's like my generation, our generation gave up, bro. Like we not guiding on not my kids, bro. I have my kids late. You understand? So it's like my kids ain't YNs right now, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a little 6 and 4 year olds.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So bro, I'm not nah, bro. I'm working and I'm working my ass off and I'm busting my ass to get them the fuck up out of here, out of zombie land, bro.
For
You know
sure,
what I'm saying?
for sure.
Word, bro. But yeah, I don't want
But
to start with niggas.
that no, it's all good. That turn started with motherfuckers trying to copy what the South was doing, and that's no disrespect to the South, because everybody know that I fuck with the South, like I'm big on
Yeah,
Southern music.
for sure.
But the thing was is that New York started trying to emulate that style of music, and they wanted to make their music sound fun and like they were partying all the damn time, and that's not New York sound. And when New York does it,
Yeah.
they do it to a New York type of environment and a New York type of culture that best suits them, and then they give it to the rest of the world. But them motherfuckers moved to Atlanta, and they moved to Florida, and they went down there and they tried to emulate what was going on down there instead of what was traditionally them. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing a couple of those beats and having those artists on, but I
Right,
feel like
right.
they started getting lost right at that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
the more the music started to sound like that, and more music started to sound like that. Now, to what you were saying, yeah, that Chicago trap and drill shit became part of that movement because it was more gangster shit and it was more rugged and raw. And I hear that. But that wasn't Chicago fault. The industry said, oh, that's what we want. More music that sound like that. We don't care about the partying. We care about partying as long as they partying. That's fine. That's a distraction. We want them partying. We want them being distracted. But that killing shit, that's what we need. That's what we need to hear more of. That's the shit that we need to hear more of on the radio. And that's what they did. So for
yeah,
now, right now, not for now, right now, you hear that wave of Rome Streets. You hear that wave of Benny the Butcher. You hear
yeah.
all these different dudes from New York and on the East Coast coming back with that dope ass boom bap music that I love, that we grew up on. Like
Yes, sir.
they got it, you know, and they're doing that shit.
Mm-hmm.
What's my man name that I love that I really love, dude can rap his ass off. Ransom, one of the illest niggas
Oh
that ever.
yeah, ransom.
Yeah, one of the illest niggas ever, right?
Jersey.
Yeah, we hearing niggas like that bang back out
One of my
here.
favorite lyricists like that.
Yeah, and they coming back out here and they really putting out good music and decent product, and it's coming back around, but the industry is making sure that this shit gets filtered out, and there's a lot of filler and fluff in the way of people, so they don't know what to listen to and they don't know how to go about music. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
uh I love music. I love hip hop. I'm gonna always love hip hop, and I'll always search out for dope artists. It's only so much trap and drill I can take. It's only so much positive music I can take. Like you gotta have it for me, I gotta have a balance of all that shit.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
I was having what I had with another guest on here, I was telling him, like as an artist, when you're an R&B artist, you have to be careful because they're trying to smash hip hop and R&B together instead of keeping them separate. It's supposed to be rhythm and blues and hip hop, not rap and bullshit, and which is what they're trying to do, which they've been trying to do since the
Mhm.
90s, is combining them together. Wu-Tang, if you know about Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang was saying that for years. They calling it rap and bullshit. So we got to be careful with the music to make sure that we are the proper representation of the thing that we created, not what they say it should sound like,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So we have to be careful of that. And another thing I want to say, since we on the topic of that, I've never given a fuck about what no magazine say, or what no TV show say, or what no radio show say that don't come from hip hop. The all these magazines that make their top 50 lists or their top 30, 25, or 100 lists, and they don't have the rappers ranked in the correct way, or they don't represent our culture the way it should be represented. Man, we don't give a fuck what y'all be talking about. I could give a fuck less about what some guy who sits up in the hills who ain't never had a day of struggle in his life and don't know what it's like to really heat up a heat up his house with a stove, or
That's a fact.
or or,
That's a
or raise or raise his family with little to nothing. You know what I mean? With a couple of dollars, and make a meal out of that every day until he get paid.
fact.
I don't respect none of that shit. So
Yeah,
if
that's
you don't
cool.
really come from our culture and you telling me what these lists mean, and from Complex or whoever it is, I think a lot of times they do that shit to troll us just so they could get an outrage and some shock value and get people paying attention to it because they
Yeah.
know they lists and they subscriptions and shit is bullshit. They need traffic on their sites. But
Mhm.
overall, man, I don't give a fuck about what none of these guys be saying on their sites, bro. And it's important for us as artists and as people to know that what they got don't really mean nothing. The shit that we went by that was our Bible was the source and the vibe, and there was one more. It's one more I'm missing. Source, vibe, and double XL. Those are the ones that we fucked with. Those are the ones we fucked with because they supported the artists and they supported the culture that we was really a part of. And we don't necessarily have that no more. And I guess now people are telling me I'm getting more into that role where I got to do stuff like that. But I'm here and we gonna motherfucking move on and keep on going.
Yeah, us underground, the underground up and coming artists, bro. That's why um we look we definitely look into what what y'all be doing. Like, you know what I'm saying, who y'all talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying, who y'all think is the hottest right now? You know what I mean? And we definitely that's why y'all the new magazines, bro.
Yeah.
Podcasters, the journalists, the ones who's online talking and really giving these y'all the new magazines.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's why, bro. There's like even we're both bringing each other up right now. You know what I'm saying? We're both up and coming. You know what I'm saying? That's why,
Mm-hmm.
bro. I'm always like down for it. Like, you know what? I don't put shit in my calendars. I put this in my calendars though. I say, you know what? He took his time out to reach out. I'm gonna take my time out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
For sure.
you
And I
know what I mean?
appreciate that.
Nah, I appreciate you, bro. Likewise, bro, for sure. You know what I mean? And this is we're not gonna make it happen unless we do this. You know what I'm saying? This is what really counts. These are the times that we're gonna look back at. Like, you know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
At the end of the day, even if we always gonna have our differences, our discussions, or we have our similarities as well. You know what I'm saying? And our agreements. But at the end of the day, bro, we always gonna help each other out. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Boom. Tell me where you from.
I'm from Staten Island, New York. I was born in Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn. A lot of people don't know that. I was born in Brooklyn, Kings County Hospital, but I was raised, well, before I was even one, before I even turned one, my mom's moved to Staten Island because she didn't want me to come up in that neighborhood that she was living at. So,
Kings County. I heard Kings County was rough, my brother.
yeah, especially, '89 when I was born. So,
Oh yeah, that's that era.
yeah,
Really rough.
so, yeah, bro, like,
In
so it's
Brooklyn.
like,
Oh
she was
yeah.
like, nah, I'm going across the bridge. It's very it was very like suburban over here, a lot of forests and woods at that time. Um, so she moved to Park Hill Projects and back in
Park
'89,
Hill is that
well, 90.
10304?
Yes, sir,
That's
10304.
10304. Okay.
What you know about 10304? My
I don't
man
know.
know,
I don't know.
bro.
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing, bro. I'm just listening to you right now talk. I don't know nothing.
Wu Tang, Wu Tang. That's why you mentioned Wu Tang. That's why I'm like, yo, yeah, they the OGs, man. Shout out, oh man, shout out Deck, shout out Cap, shout out you
Shout
guys,
them out. Shout them out. Shout them
shout out
out.
all the whole Wu, bro.
There
Like
you
that,
go.
you know what I'm saying? They the
hmm
biggest influences. There's no question. You know what I mean? They the OGs. They the ones who actually set the path, set the way. You know what I mean? So all due respects to the Wu. Always.
100%, man. Salute to Wu-Tang for being an instrumental force within the hip hop uh, culture and all nine members. Rest in peace, ODB, and a brother that was just
Rest in
passed
peace.
recently.
Rest in peace.
Passed recently.
Rest in peace to power.
Yes, sir. Rest in peace,
Rest in peace to
power.
power.
Yeah. God bless the whole Wu-Tang,
But
they families and legacy. So salute to them and everything that they done, man. Them brothers were a force to be reckoned with as solo artists and as a group. So they did a lot of dope shit for hip hop and still doing shit, whether it be movies, music, whatever it is. They out here really making moves and making shit happen. So definitely salute to them. So
to the Wu.
growing up, who was you listening to, brother?
Growing up, growing up, I came up on. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you like I'm gonna tell you from the grain, right? So I'm Dominican. You know what I mean? My mom's she never knew a lick of English. Every neighborhood she moved to, she made sure that she moved to like around Spanish speaking people.
Hmm.
I grew up listening to bachata, merengue, all the Spanish. You know what I'm saying? I was young. I came up. She used to throw parties. My house was the lit house. Like she used to throw parties all the time. We was always that's what I grew up listening to. Reggaeton, bachata, merengue. Boom. When I hit school, like public school, I mean 5, 6, 7, right? Now, 8th grade, I started kind of like making my friends and stuff like that, kind of like, getting into both crowds and stuff like that. I used to chill with this white girl, and she was in love with Eminem.
Mm.
And when I heard that Real Slim Shady, that ting 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 ting
Dun,
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 ting.
dun.
I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is that? He's like, act like you never seen a white person before. Joe's all on the floor. Like, I'm like, holy shit. Like,
Oh, like he rapping.
I'm like, but at that same time in school, I was really into poems. So I was getting into like rhyming words together and things. I was just so intrigued by the way this man just rhymed these words and kind of like made it. I was just so like, and I made my grandfather, who's my pops, because he raised me.
Hmm.
I made
Hmm.
him buy that album, and it was the dirty version. So mind you, I'm in kindergarten.
Salute to Pops.
I'm telling my pops like, yo, I need that the album, like, you know what I'm saying? I need that the he's like I used to be good in school. Like I used to have top grades. Like he used to give me whatever I wanted because I had good grades and shit. So when I wanted the album and he heard that shit, he's like, he looked at me. I remember the first time he played the shit in the car and he looked at me. He's like, this what you want to listen to? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, I'm going crazy in the car. Like, he's like, all right, fuck it. We gonna all listen to it. And no funny shit, bro. Months later, my grandmother, she don't even know English to this day, but she was even singing words to the song too. Like,
Oh
yo,
wow. Wow. Wow.
that was the it. But that's when I really got into rap. So all right, so to answer your question, what I grew up listening to as far as hip hop, first person Eminem. And then like, you know what I mean? Then I did my research on everybody else, like as 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 you know, 50 came in and all of them, because I was always if you hear like my rap style, that's what I grew up on. I grew up on like M50, because M brung in G Unit. So Banks was like, when I heard Banks, I was like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga in the punchlines, and I started battle rapping.
Punchlines was crazy. He was good with the punchlines.
Yeah, I started battle rapping in school. And I just started like really just writing punchlines. Like I was really big on battle rapping. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I used to listen to Cassidy a lot. I used to listen to Fab. This is all before I did my research on like Big Pop. Before I even,
Okay.
because I didn't grow up on Big. That wasn't my era. I didn't grow
Yeah,
up on
that
Big.
was 10 years ahead of you right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm 36 right now. You know what I mean? So I grew up on Eminem. I grew up on 50 Cent. I grew up on Jada Styles.
Hmm.
I grew up on Cassidy. I grew up on Fabulous. You know what I mean? I grew up on artists like that. Like, that was my era right there. I grew up on Dipset, Cam, Fab, J.R. Writer. You know what I
That
mean?
diplomatic era, that Dipset era was crazy too, man. That was a crazy era. Look, I was around for that shit. You know what I mean? I was right there listening to it, but I'm a locks guy.
Yes,
So
sir. Yeah.
if it don't come from the locks talking that type of shit, which with locks was more on a grimy side, but they did have some dope ass records, of course, as they displayed to the whole fucking world when they did the verses that they do have chick records and all that shit. Like the
Yes,
locks was
sir.
my shit, man, because that's how I felt and that's the way life was for me at the time. Definitely. But
Yeah.
That Dipset era was crazy too, man, because they did a lot of dope shit for in the culture, and they was able to run it up for themselves as well during that time.
That's a fact, bro. That's why on that verses, before that verses, because after Eminem was always my favorite rapper, right?
Okay, all right.
But after Eminem, and he kind of like faded off, and he stopped being like who he, you know what he was. He just started going into other shit or whatever. Styles P is my favorite rapper
My
after that.
nigga, my nigga.
Now, I mean, Styles P, I grew up on, and I before that verses, I was like, I even said that, posted that on Facebook. I'm like, yo, Styles P is my favorite rapper, but it's Dipset for the win. I really thought Dipset was gonna take it, but Jada just
No,
so
I didn't see a win for them. I just didn't, bro.
you really
When they
did?
no, if you go back and listen to so when they did say a versus was gonna happen, it was gonna be Locks or D Block versus Dipset. I was like, nah, Dipset gonna have some cuts. Like they gonna ring off, but the Locks is gonna shut that bitch down because they more disciplined. They're more of a group of guys that just they're rappers, they're MCs together, right? They're just not a group of guys that want to hang out and talk a bunch of shit and try to look cool and look fly. Like
Right,
these niggas rap. So
right.
if at any point this go wrong and them niggas start just rapping or freestyling, like they gonna rip shit apart from the floor to the rafters. Like they really gonna send that bitch up. It's really gonna go up. And then when I thought about it, I said I was hitting my man up, Earl. I said, Earl, you know it's about to go down. He was like, nah, hell no, Dipset. And he's like, he thought about it, he's like, no, he's like, I already know you going with the locks. I was like, yes, sir, you already know that. I said, go back and think about all them times we was riding around listening to that shit, and I had y'all deep on that lock shit. Like I raised y'all niggas on the locks. I raised y'all niggas on that shit. So when you
Yeah.
go back and listen to that, he's like, man, they got a bunch. He's like, I ain't gonna lie, they got a bunch of cuts. I was like, yeah, just wait till the. I was like, and that's the thing. Wait till that shit start playing. They got cuts with Mariah Carey, Jada Kiss, everybody,
You see, I wasn't
everybody.
thinking about that, man. I wasn't thinking about that, bro. Like I wasn't thinking about how how unified they still are, how much of a unit and how close they still are. I didn't think about all the petty and stupid and dumb bullshit these Dipset niggas be going through. You know what I mean? Like these niggas is just more of a really of a brotherhood and of a family.
They was just a
I
group
didn't
of
think
guys that
about
came
that.
together. Yeah, they just came together to make some shit happen. And that's the
Right.
thing I was saying. Like, if you the locks, and you know the locks, like if you know them to be serious about their music because they take their craft serious, you know they practicing that. They going over the best 20 songs and how to do them and how to put them together and what to do. If you saw it after the not the YouTube, the interviews they had after that, they talked about that on their interviews. They were basically saying like, yo, we had it put together and we had a set. We had three different sets. One set was if Jada took control. The other set was if Styles took control, and the other set was if Sheik needed to take control. Sheik got cuts for the ladies. They all got, bro, they all got songs that they can do. They got songs with Ghostface Kills. They got all these dope ass songs. They got songs with West Coast artists, down south artists, the same way Dipset do. But I was like, yo, I'm gonna stand on the locks because the locks is everybody like hero, and they set the standard for it. Yo, the industry ain't shit, and we ain't industry. We are the streets. You know,
Mhm,
we ain't industry, we in the streets. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? And that's not in the. And they was like, they don't want to be confused with that shit no more. Remember, they had that whole campaign, "Let the Locks Go." Let the locks go. Everybody had the shirts on, walking around with New York and walking around Chicago and
Yeah.
everywhere else with the "Let the Locks Go" shirts on and everything. You know, because they want them to get about that record deal. So it was a beautiful time, man. Like life was. It was love out here, bro. I was loving that. I was loving that era and everything. So I was definitely, as you can tell now, I was definitely rooting for the motherfucking locks to pin a motherfucking head to the wall, bro, and kick
I
their
said
fucking
they
dick
also
loose.
said pin their hands up. Now I was like, yeah, bro. I was, I'm for. I'm like, yo, New York for the win. But at the end of the day, like, it's just you had to be out here to understand the way the Dipset anthems did what those Dipset anthems did for us. That's why I was like, when that shit
Definitely
hit the
had
building, but
anthems.
they wasn't like you said. they just wasn't they focus or you know what I'm saying? Like it's just nothing like the locks. It's nothing like that. Any group that wants to kind of like start something has to look at them for the guidance at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Any
you really got to be locked in. Like that's something that you really got to want to do, man. You can't be distracted and just out here playing around with something like that, which they were doing. And because of that, they got embarrassed. And then after that, you see Cam was like, "Yo, they wanted to do it, we did it. You know, maybe we should have been more serious about it, but because they wasn't really locked in like that, that was the end result."
mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It was a classic moment for New York for hip hop.
Oh man, hip hop really won that night, man. Hip
Yes,
hop
sir.
won, especially
Yes,
New
sir.
York, but Yonkers won big time for that one,
Yeah,
man,
bro.
because
Let me tell you something about Yonkers, bro, because oh man.
they talk shit like ain't nothing juking about Yonkers like that, man. But the motherfuckers went right back to
Nah,
work
bro.
again and represented for
I've been
Yonkers,
in
bro.
I've
Like
been in
yo.
every single borough and not even for nothing, bro. Like even to this day, because of my job. I mean, I work literally my job. Uh, it actually, I have to go into these places. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I go in every borough, every like from here to Jersey to CT to PA. You know what I'm saying? You can see, you know what I mean, the views and shit. Like if you go on my page and shit like that. But I
Mm-hmm.
be in all of these places, bro, and I've never seen the shit that I've seen in Yonkers. You know what I mean? And this was just recently too. Never seen no shit like this, right?
I
And
heard
I
it. Yeah, I
know,
heard is. Yeah, I heard is different from anywhere else.
yo, I never seen no, and I've been in a lot of projects, bro. I never seen no shit like that before in my life. When I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you that shit it hit my heart, I'm like, damn. So in the staircase, bro, these people really live in. When I'm talking about like they got the carpet on the stairs. Like they really, this is like on the way up to the roof. Like people got to go to the roof. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like, but you can't go to the roof because that's their crib. Like the staircase going up to the roof, they got the carpet set up. They got they got shit on the like the cells. Like
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
they got really like it's an apartment. They got their apartment is in the staircase on the way up to the roof. Then you go down the stairs a little bit.
Wow.
You got a bar that, but they shit is hooked up like an apartment. It's nice. It's not even dirty or nothing. It's hooked. I'm talking about they got carpet on the stairs. This is in the staircase of a building in the projects. This is in Yonkers. I never seen no
Mm-hmm.
shit like this in any project ever because they don't allow that shit nowhere.
No, you can't
Bro,
you can kick it in the stairs, but you can't be
bro,
out
this
there
is
posted up
Yonkers
like
though. This
that.
is how Yonkers is. Yonkers is different.
Yeah.
Yonkers, all right, so you go down the stairs. This is probably like the top floor. You go down the stairs, you got a bum living there. That
Mm.
shit's dirty. This shit, this is only like the next floor down. This shit is dirty. Like I'm talking about, you got garbage everywhere. You got him laying on the cot, and you people going down the stairs gotta go past this shit. He's laying there. You know what I mean? And you gotta go all through around all his shit. Imagine a
That's
homeless
crazy,
person
bro.
in the street.
That's
Nah,
crazy.
he's in the staircase, like, and then you go down a couple more flights. There's another homeless person. You know what I mean? Just they everybody got their own little spot there, and I'm like, yo, y'all allow this shit? In my head, I'm thinking like, yo, this is different. Like Yonkers, y'all got it.
Yeah.
Y'all got it. Upstate, I've been upstate, Albany.
Mm.
They live like it's back in the '90s. You know what I mean? I thought that was probably the craziest shit before I went to Yonkers. I
So
seen that
for
shit.
here the majority of the projects here got torn down. I'm not sure if you've been to Chicago in the
I
past.
haven't been, but I definitely want
Yeah.
to visit for
Yeah, the
sure.
projects here got torn down. I'm guessing about 15 years ago. So like it ain't none of that shit. It ain't none of that shit up no more. Now you see like new housing
Right,
developments for like condominiums
right,
and
right.
shopping marts and stuff like that they putting up, or they just holding the land for some other type of development that they can get going. So Chicago right now don't have those no more. But I can imagine some of the shit that you're saying being real just based on the fact that growing up in Chicago, and if you ever went to the projects and played and hung out with friends, growing up in that area, you definitely seen that type of shit happening, what was going on in those staircases and everything like that. But uh, I heard about Yonkers.
Yeah,
I heard some stuff about that. Yeah.
Yonkers. When I start seeing that, I'm like, yo, that shit is like. And then the fact that the people let them rock, it says something about that. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Like,
sir.
they didn't call no police because police ain't letting that rock. You know what I mean? But the fact that management and all that, y'all in the building, the workers, y'all let that rock.
Bro, y'all just letting it happen.
Yeah, I'm like, it says a lot. You feel me? It says a lot. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I respect it, but it's like, damn, certain shit, like you gotta just like you gotta put a certain boundary on certain things. You know what
You
I mean?
should. You
And like the
should.
couple, it was a couple that lived upstairs, like a young couple too. They could have been my age. That's why I'm like,
Mm,
I respect. I'm like, you know what? And they was clean. You know what I mean? But it's hard times. But it's like, yo, y'all comfortable up here. Y'all really got this shit set up like it's y'all crib.
mm.
You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, wow, wow. Like the only thing missing, I think they even had a TV. I don't know. They probably had a TV up there. I didn't really wasn't looking like that. You feel me? I was just trying to work, do my job, and get up out of there. But Yonkers is different, man. Shout out to Yonkers. You know what I mean? But yeah, the locks, Jadakiss took that shit, bro. Took that shit.
All
Took that
right.
shit.
Questions. I got some questions I'm gonna ask
Yes,
right
sir.
now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I got a question I want to ask you right now. Top five greatest albums of all time for you.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Marshall Mathers LP,
Mm.
Get Rich or Die Trying,
Mm.
Blueprint,
Mm.
Illmatic.
Mm.
How many is that?
That's four.
Life After Death.
God damn, man. Not one fucking R&B album.
Are we talking about any genre?
Top five greatest albums of all time, man.
Oh man.
God damn it, man. You on a
Yeah,
road
it
trip and
don't.
you got your broad with you, man. Y'all gonna rock out like that, man. Y'all gonna be gutter as fuck the whole trip, my G.
Yo, Charlie, what you think? Yo, top five greatest albums of
No,
all
no, no,
time.
no.
Let's
He could be on the next
Michael.
podcast.
What's Michael
No,
Jackson?
no, don't try to
Beat it
include
off
that,
the
man.
wall. All right, off the wall. Let's go off the wall.
Don't try to throw that
That's what
man
the
in
one with
there.
Beat It and All of the Morning, right?
Five greatest albums of all time.
Off the wall.
That's like saying what's the greatest planet in the universe? Like, you know what I mean? That's like, come
No,
on.
it ain't. No, it ain't.
But all right. So pick five greatest planets. There's only eight, nigga. Like, you know what I'm
We
saying?
know. Now, it's so much, bro. You got different eras
That
of great albums. You got
Top
fucking
five greatest
Bob
albums of
Marley. You
all
got
time.
fucking
Nah, yeah, but I'm
No, it
talking about
ain't.
that I grew up on, like
growing up on.
that I grew up with that really touched me. I'm not talking about anybody else. Like, I'm not saying what's your he's asked what's mine. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But like what's your I'm talking about mine. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I
I know
mean?
what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
But I feel like all right, the shit that I grew up on, right?
I'm definitely gonna put
The
that
greatest
Marshall Mathers in there.
Marshall Mathers is
Definitely.
yeah, of course. Marshall Mathers LP. Get Rich or Die Trying gotta be up there. I don't care what genre. For me.
You said gotta be at the years of die trying, gotta be up
Yeah,
there.
Michael Jackson off the wall. You got Whitney Houston, The Bodyguard. That was
The soundtrack.
yo, that soundtrack, bro. Oh my God. I grew up on that. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's that's one of the greatest albums of all time for me. Um these are things that just hit me like time machines. Time machines, if a song could just zoom me back, bro, and I could just smell that time, it's nothing that could beat that for me. I don't care
Mm-mm.
who is the most who's the most classic to you, bro. This is you ask me what's mine. I mean, this is the shit that hits me in
From
my
the
soul.
70s to 99. That was like one of the best eras ever.
Which one? The
From the 70s to 1999. That was
yeah,
like the best
yeah.
era of all that shit ever.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. because I think the best music was put together in those periods, and people were able to come together in studios and work, and everything wasn't like a Zoom call the way it is, even though I do appreciate being able to do Zoom calls. But in those eras of music, you got the best material that was ever put out. And maybe I need to go back a little bit and say put the 60s in there because we definitely put a lot of groundbreaking, heartfelt, classical, uh, and infinite music
Man,
uh,
but then you got
at
the
that time.
Beatles. You
That's what
got
I'm
the
saying.
Beatles.
Like, it's so
You got the
much.
Beatles, and then
It's so much.
you got Wow. You got WOW,
Yeah, you
bro.
do, but at the same time, you got the Isley brothers. The Isley
You got
brothers
the
been putting
Isley
out.
Brothers.
You
Oh,
understand?
oh.
You
You got
understand?
R.
So
Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God. Don't do that to.
Universe.
Yo,
yeah, yeah.
I just grew up on a lot of shit from shit that you never think about. 702.
Yeah, that's my
702 was decent in their era. It was
if I
decent.
702.
yeah.
3LW. Come on, man. These are like
Missy had some shit too.
Missy.
Missy had some
Ju-
shit.
you know, you had everybody had their great. It was just great music, bro. It was just great music, bro. Even fast forward to today, you know what I'm saying? Like I grew up on J. Cole too, bro. Like let's
Hmm.
not forget, I grew up. I this is when I really like in my 20s and stuff like that. Come up and all of that shit. You got great albums. Fast forward to today, you can't count today out. You know what I mean? But definitely the
No, I'm just
'60s
saying like the five to
to
you,
the
your five
'99s,
to be
definitely,
to
bro.
be to you. What would be your five greatest albums of all time? You know what I'm
I like
saying?
more mixtapes though. I ain't gonna fly. Like Rapid Gunfire, G Unit, my favorite. I'm taking that before albums. Rapid Gunfire,
Nah, my
that's my
nigga.
shit.
Let me
Rapid
say this, man.
Gunfire, Automatic Gunfire. I mean, Automatic Gunfire.
Let me say
That's
this. If the
me.
world got recreated or aliens came down here and they had to, and they said, give us the best music you got.
Yeah, the
I'm
same
giving them
DT.
Lauren Hill.
The same DT.
I'm giving them Lauren Hill.
He's giving him miseducation.
Miseducation. That's
Yeah.
Miseducation.
that's what I'm saying. Like if aliens came down here right now, or they just popped up at your house and said, "Yo, give us the best music that y'all got here."
You're looking, bro.
Or if in a situation where the world got recreated, you said, "Yo, what's the best music you're gonna leave behind to make sure that the people in the next phase of life have dope music? What you gonna give them?" You understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
you got to think about the best music of that time that you can
Yeah,
put
I didn't
forth.
even forget about the Fuji. The Fuji album was crazy.
oh, geez.
It is, but what I'm saying is you would take like your best five albums, and then or like you say,
My best
yo,
five,
what's
because
my
it's
best
better than
five?
the best one.
If I'm gonna be in a car on a road trip for 12 hours, what's the best music I can pick to listen to that everybody gonna enjoy? And you already picked one of them being Michael Jackson off the wall. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah, Michael Jackson off the wall for
hell
sure.
yeah, that miseducation, Lauren Hill going definitely.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
like to think, and then like some old school shit. You know what I mean? That's definitely going
Old
in.
school.
Yeah,
Okay.
some Isley Brothers or something. One of those albums that's gonna go in there and everything. So it's just a lot of dope ass music like that, man. These just questions I ask to see where people at with their knowledge of the
There's
music
so
and
much
how they
great
feel
shit.
about music. That's
Real.
all.
So much. Yeah, there's so much. So much. Yeah, but for mine, for sure. Man, I would have to go in the vote, but there's a lot of Spanish things that I would put people on too. You know what I mean? Um,
Can you recite one of the dopest runs from Eminem that you
you
ever
got one more
heard?
record? All right, I'll take some of that. I'm sorry, what you said,
Do
bro?
you remember one of the dopest rounds you ever heard from Eminem?
Besides the first one, bro, when I fell in love with his music, um, that should be good, brother. Thank you. I sit back with this pack of zigzags in this bag of this weed. It gets
Oh
me
man,
to
that's
keep
easy,
me
man.
and
I
keep
remember
me
that
the
shit.
most meanest MC on this earth since his birth. I've been cursed with this curse to just come on, man. Another dope. When he came at Benzino, I would never claim to be no Ray Benzino, an 83-year-old fake Pacino. So how can he hold me over some balcony without throwing his lower back out as soon as he goes to lift me? Please know that you're probably full with me, and our asses will both be history. But as you know, you'll probably get your wish because you'll be all over the street like 50 Cent. You fucking punk pussy, fuck you, chump. Give me your 101. See if I don't fuck you up. Try to the Rough Riders and they cut you up. He said, put Jada on the track. That's how much you suck dick in the industry, so that you in the streets hustling. You should be on the fucking track and the sewers butt kissing the begging motherfuckers for guest appearances. Cause you can even get the clearances. Real lyricists don't even respect you or take you serious. It's not that we don't like you, we hate you, period. Talking about
Mm.
a midlife crisis. Damn, last week you were shaking Obi Trice's hand. Now he's a buster. What the fuck's with that? Get on the track, Mr. Nuts. He said, get on the track, dissing Nuts, kissing 50's ass, and asking me what I know about indictments. Bite me. Bitch, I got 2 cases and probation. Fight me. What do I know about standing in front of a judge like a man and ready to take whatever sentence he hands? What you know about, he said, what you know about flexing your wrist in front of the only thing that you have in this world, a little girl, and I put that on her. When this is all over, I would never try to make her a star and eat off her. But what you know about it? Oh my God, bro. He fucking
Good, good.
killed
I just
me.
wanted to know if you knew, because like lately I be asking guys, can they recite the best 16 that they heard from another rapper, and they can't even give it to me.
Yo, bro, this man. What about when he came at Nick Cannon?
No, don't do that. I don't want to hear nothing with no Nick Cannon, man. I don't want to hear nothing about no Nick Cannon. And there's no disrespect to Nick Cannon, but Nick Cannon is just an entertainer. He do what he do. But like I don't see him as no MC and no lyricist, and I don't
Yeah, but he just be
I don't
clowning these people.
I don't want to
Eminem
hear
just do
that.
this shit for fun, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Because that's what he come from. That's that era. You know what I'm saying? He come from that era of battle rapper. He battled Juice from Chicago. He was supposed to battle Ron Fest, who was from here as well.
Yeah,
So
Ron Fest gave him the works, though. I ain't gonna lie to
yeah,
you.
he was gonna
He
give him
gave
the
him the
works
works.
on some real if Ron Fest would have showed up that night for that battle, we would probably be talking about Ron Fest instead of Eminem.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Hmm.
That's a fact, man.
So we I'll leave it at that. From what I from what
But
I know and what I was told, we would probably be talking
Eminem, I
about
grew
Ron
up on that
Fest.
man, bro. Like, yo, shout out to Eminem, bro. You the greatest. You know what I'm saying?
He
To
the
me, you
greatest to
know
you?
what I mean? To me, you know what I'm saying? Well,
Okay.
shout out to everybody else, but that's the man who he's the greatest to me because he made me want to start doing this shit. Like that's the first person I heard. After like I grew up like you asked me what music you grew up on. I grew up on Spanish bachata. I grew up on merengue. I grew up on reggaeton. I grew up on that's what I grew up on. When I the first my introduction, because I went to a predominantly white school. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Okay.
I didn't. My mom's she chose she could have she chose she didn't choose a school in the hood. She chose a school a little like in the like whiter area.
Mm-hmm.
And so they put me on to Eminem, which happened to be hip hop, and I'm like, oh shit. So I started actually digging more into hip hop, and I'm like, you know what? I think this is what I want to do. So that's why I give it all. That's one thing about me, man. Like I always stay. I never change my story. I always stay. I don't care what's the cool thing to say or whatever it is, bro. I'm always true. You know what I'm saying to everything, bro. So from the
All right.
jump, I always
For
remember
sure.
everything too.
Bet it up. Bet it up. So my next question for you is, who got off on that song? Renegade. Was it Eminem or was it
Woo!
Jay-Z? Who you picking?
Oh man, that's another one, bro. Never been afraid to say what's on my
No,
mind.
no, no, no. Who got off on that song? Who you taking as a winner on that song? Or is
I'm
there a
gonna
winner?
lie. When I
Or is there
was
a winner?
in the beginning, right? In the beginning, I was like, Eminem killed Jay-Z, right?
Mm.
Then as I started like, cause I was always biased to Eminem, always growing up. Then I started listening, and I'm really started like what Jay-Z's saying. I'm like, yo, Jay-Z really. I'm like,
Do you
hold
fools listen
on,
to music or do you just
let's
thumb
skim
through
through
it?
it. He's like, making my back to these walls, and oh my God, he was talking. He
Who
was
bring
just
them
talking,
closer to the culture that's not pop culture? That's me, not you. I forgot how he worded it, but Jay was
bro.
going
He was
on.
talking. I was like, oh my God. Oh, and it just made the shit even better for me. I'm like, oh. Such a classic record. Such a classic record, bro. That shit brings me chills.
Yeah, that was that was a dope song. I like the fact that they were able to collaborate, man. You know what I would have liked,
Yeah,
man? If they still would have kept if they would have just had Royce the 5'9" on that same track and just had him do another verse, I think that'd have been just as dope to have him on there and give him
yeah,
another feel.
yeah.
But I think they had an issue at the time, so him and Royce really wasn't getting along and shit. So, you
That's a
know,
fact.
they go
That's a
that
fact.
type of shit.
Royce is nice. I mean, Bad Meets Evil. I love that fucking album, dude. How you feel about that?
I think it was a decent project. It was like what eight or nine songs. I think they did okay with that. I thought it was gonna be another one, and it would get like to 12 or 13, and it would be
Mm-hmm.
more of like a full length project and everything. And we would get hardcore hip hop and lyricism as well. And I thought they would be able to blend it together, especially with Slaughterhouse brewing at the same time and them getting their own thing going. I thought that would have been dope to see, but we didn't really get that. Royce was doing his own thing, Slaughterhouse was doing their thing, and Eminem, of course, going on his runs was staying secluded out the way and not really fucking with people, like he
It,
normally does. It just worked out that way.
it goes back to what we were saying earlier about the whole group thing, about the locks. Now, I mean, it's just so hard to, and even Wu Tang, bro. So shout out to RZA. It's just so hard to get a bunch of grown ass men. I always said this, bro. It's nothing more stubborn. It's nothing more stubborn than a grown ass man. So it's nothing like it's so hard to get a bunch of grown ass men on the same page. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
sir. So, but here's the thing. Here's the thing about saying that. These are men who have to get up and work. They have to make a living, bro. They can't sit around all day and just say, "I'm gonna just work on my project with you." These guys got bills. They got $200,000 or $1 million houses. They got families. They got people they gotta take care of. So sometimes it ain't necessarily about us not getting along and not doing the music. It's about me supporting myself and making sure that my kids and my family can eat and making sure that these bills are paid because that comes first than putting up $200,000 in the studio that's going to take away from my family. Now, if we got the studio set up where we can go and come and go as we want to, and we can get that set up and we can get all the music put out that we can. But if I got to be on the road and I got to do them shows and I'm trying to get that 10,000, that 30,000, that 50,000, that $100,000 a night
Mhm.
to pay for all this shit that I got to do that first. I got to get me a couple M's in my bank account to make sure that the family stays good while I sit there and I do my music. Because remember, as artists, what we doing? We taking a chance on putting our music out, hoping that people like it. But we really should, even though you want to put out music and just put it out and just be artists and just and just give it to the world the way that we see it, we still are subscribing to an industry that says it's based on record sales. So if we not meeting the record sales, if we not meeting the market and the margins that they want, then that puts us in a bind. So they got to get out there and they got to hustle again. So I understand all the stubbornness and everything, but I also think though niggas got to make money, bro. That shit come down to niggas wanting to make money, and if we can't, if I gotta pay for all this shit, if I gotta pay for this apartment or this condo or this loft or this house or this ranch or whatever it is I gotta pay for, and I got all these bills and everything, then I got to do that, and that's gonna come first before anything else. So I sum it up to some of that stuff too. It could just be artist ego as well. Them niggas couldn't figure out or didn't want to figure out what to do, the percentages and everything, shit like that. Or I ain't fucking him right now until you come over here. He got to come over here. It
Yeah,
could be
look
that
at
shit.
B2K, bro. Look at B2K for an example.
Man, I ain't looking
Yo,
at no B2K.
look at B2K for example. Like, yo, at the end of the day, you had this one dude trying to get everybody on the same page, but then you had this one dude mad at the other dude taking personal stuff when y'all could have went on tour and actually made millions and been able to feed y'all families for another couple of years and pay y'all bills and pay y'all.
That's a
But
fact.
there's
That's a
always
fact.
this, you know what I mean?
But
Like,
when there one nigga in there or what the manager was robbing them motherfuckers blind and they ain't know about it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be trying to do no shit like that, especially if dude ass was involved again. That'd be the
I
or
mean, nah, yeah.
that
If
would
he
be the
was
perfect
involved
time to
again,
be on
then
tour
nah.
with him and
Yeah, yeah. Then
beat
nah.
shit sideways out that nigga for doing it. But it is what it
That's a
is.
fact. That you gotta take care of that. But at the end of the day, man, you gotta do what makes sense. You know what I mean? And It's just hard, bro. It's hard to get a bunch of people. Then you got the lazy people too. You know what I mean? Then you got your people who just want everything. They want everything brought to them instead of, I mean, brought to them instead of
Working
actually
for it.
going to get it, going to get it. You know what I mean? So
Man, life don't work like that unless you got parents that can do that type of shit for you as a kid, or you grow up in a rich situation. Life don't just give you nothing. You got to get out here and earn that shit. Every step of the way, you got to get up and hustle and grind to earn everything that you want out here in this world. So we can't sit here and act like that's gonna happen for any of us, for you, myself, or anybody else out here in the world. If you ain't gonna get your ass up and go get it, it ain't happening for you. It ain't happening for you. You're gonna be sitting around waiting forever. You're gonna be waiting for Jesus to come back, or Sky Daddy, whatever you want to call him. You're gonna be waiting for Sky Daddy to come back and rescue you, which ain't gonna happen. You're gonna go to your grave with nothing.
hmm hmm
Especially if you came from a situation where you didn't have nothing. You going back to that motherfucker with nothing. So,
Yep.
and I'm one of them people that believe when you go back to the essence and when you go back to the maker or the creator, and what you do? I gave you 88 years of life. I gave you 100 years of life. I gave you 35 years of life. What you do with it? And he weighs your soul and he asks you what you do to make sure that you pass over into the next realm or whatever. And you ain't do enough. That's when you're gonna get your penance for the person that you were. So I don't want to get off into that into no deep shit,
Nah, yeah,
like that
for
and
sure.
everything like
Nah, I
that.
hear
But
you, 1000%.
yeah, 100%, 1,000%. But my next question for you is: name 5 artists that you would like to work with, living or dead.
Any genre?
Any genre, it don't matter. 5 artists, bro. It don't matter.
Okay. 5 artists that I want to work with, living or dead.
Hmm.
Mm. All right, let me hear your picks first.
Rick James,
Rick James,
Rick James, Easy.
Easy E.
I'm picking dead people straight back if I could do that. Rick James, Easy. It might sound crazy, bro. I'm picking Coolio. You heard? I'll
For
pick
real?
Coolio.
That's 3.
I'll pick Coolio.
You pick Coolio?
I'll pick Coolio.
All right,
That's
that's three.
3.
Um, Barrington Levy,
Barrington Levi.
yeah. And
He's a
my
good one. He's a good one.
and my last one, Marvin Gaye.
That's a good 5.
That's a decent 5.
All right, so yeah, who would I want to work?
Fresco. Who you got? Who you got?
All right, off the top, I'm picking Nate Dogg. I want to work with Nate Dogg, man. But God
Mm,
bless his soul. I feel like me and him. I'm thinking of people that I would mesh well together.
okay.
Nate Dogg,
Hmm.
Hook King. Um, I want to work with. I want to do something with Bad Bunny. I
Bad
want to
Bunny.
do something with Bad Bunny.
All right, that's 2.
Um, I want to do something with. Uh, let me think of. I want to do something with definitely
5 artists, dead or alive.
Selena.
Selena. There we go. That's
I want
3.
to do something with Selena.
Yeah,
Sleeping.
yeah.
I stayed up and think. I want to do something with Selena. All right, so I got Selena, Nate Dogg,
Bad
Bad
Bunny.
Bunny.
That's 3.
I want to do something with Biggie. For sure, for sure. Me and Biggie will sound so good on the record together.
That's 4. Uno más.
Uno más. I want to do something with So I'm thinking about some shit that will really sound good for real. Like, I'm not just trying to think of my favorite artist. Um, something that will realistically sound good, dead or alive. Me and Biggie would sound good. Me and Bad Bunny would sound good. Me and Selena would definitely sound. Think of a female, bro. I want to do something with Shorty, Kehlani. I want to
Kaylani.
do something with Kehlani.
Okay. Okay. That's your five then right there.
I want to do something with Kehlani. I feel like,
What type of records y'all doing though with these artists? What type of records y'all doing?
mm, I feel like, I feel like my strength is when I hear something. I like to go for people's vibes. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm good at that, matching your vibe. I feel like I could really like elevate your record. I, you know what I mean? Like, I go on your shit and and I try to, you know what I mean? Just
Mm-hmm.
really match your shit. And as far as okay, me and Bad Bunny, we're going to make something for the club, real shit. You know,
Okay.
it's something for the club.
Okay.
Me and Nate Dogg, oh man,
Another one for the
that's gonna
club.
be that's gonna be a street club banger.
And
Like,
he said a street club banger. Yeah. 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 The one you gonna do with Bad Bunny gonna be the same way.
yes, yes, sir.
That
Cause
might
that's
be a
gonna be
pop
like the
record.
Spanish version of that.
Yeah, that
You
might be
feel
a
me?
pop record.
That's gonna be crazy. Me and Selena, we're gonna do a real deep. It's gonna be a deep love record. That's gonna be a soap opera. It's gonna be a soap opera.
Okay.
Um, Me and Kaylani, we're gonna do a hit for right now. A recent commercial, you know. We're gonna do something because I feel like she got that R&B shit locked down right now. And she got what LMA could have had. I don't know what happened with LMA. She had that boot up record and kind of just faded off.
She out
SZA
there
got it
somewhere
locked
floating
down.
around.
SZA got it locked down. I feel like SZA's
She's a nice.
is the easy pick though.
She's
She's the
super
easy,
nice.
yeah.
She's super nice.
She's the GOAT right now.
Yeah, definitely.
She's like this generation's Beyonce.
Yeah, don't hey, don't forget about Marvin. You can't say that, brother. You can't say to God and not say what type of son you got going on with
Oh,
that
that's
man.
Charlie's pick. That's Charlie's pick. Marvin Gaye. What kind of song y'all gonna make together?
Yo, he gonna do some pimp shit. I want some pimp shit. That's all my dudes is. You got Easy E. You
Yeah.
got Rick James.
No, all of y'all together in a collaboration.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yo, that would be a fucking record,
Yeah.
bro. Oh, and Uncle Luke.
Oh yeah, Uncle Luke.
Y'all niggas tripping.
Oh,
Y'all
Uncle
niggas
Luke.
tripping.
Yo,
Y'all
how you
niggas
forget Juicy
tripping.
J?
Oh, I forgot about Juicy J. Juicy
Y'all
J.
niggas
Oh God,
tripping.
that's
Juicy J.
Juicy
So
J. I was
I can imagine you,
yeah.
Easy E, Juicy J,
Tweaking.
Marvin Gaye.
Yes.
Tweaking.
Yo, oh my God,
Tweaking.
that
These
is
niggas
one
is
for the
tweaking on the
book.
pod. These niggas tweaking on the pod, bro. They tweaking hard as fuck on the pod right now. Juicy J and Easy E on a record with Marvin. Get the
Yo,
fuck out of
you
here. They
imagine
tweaking
that,
hard
bro?
as fuck on my podcast right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, tweaking out. Whatever Juicy J be doing, y'all on that shit right now. Y'all definitely on one. For sure. For shit show y'all on one.
Yo, that's the classic one. I like that. Maybe we have to do something like that. Maybe we have to do
Tweaking.
something.
I love those.
Tweakers. Call that shit Tweakers Volume 1. Call
That's
that shit
fire. I
Tweakers
like that.
Volume 1.
That's fire. Those are good questions though. Word.
Yeah,
You got me
For
over here
sure.
thinking for real.
That's the whole point, man. Get your ass thinking about what you know what I'm saying? About
Yeah,
shit like
yeah.
that. Cause you never know what could happen for you. This shit could take off 10 minutes from now, an hour from now, a year from now. You never know.
It's so
So
crazy, bro, how the universe works. We was
that's
a
what I'm
lot of
saying.
things me and him are talking about.
Mhm.
Me, you, and Rob was just
Yeah.
talking about. Like he's literally repeating a lot of this, like word for word. It's just like, all right, bro. I'm gonna break it down to you, right? Like, I believe deeply in the law of attraction, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm real deep, right? I'm real deep, but I don't like to label myself as a conspiracy theorist or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just real deep. Like I'm really open minded too. I don't put nothing past anything. And it's to the point where I've been hearing for years, like, oh yeah, life is a simulation and shit like that. And in the
Could
beginning,
be.
I didn't understand it.
Could be.
But right now, I'm really starting to like, nah. And I'm keep saying it to myself, like, nah, life, this shit is a simulation, bro. Like, this shit is not for real. Because how the fuck are you, you in Chicago, bro, right?
Yeah, I'm a robot.
How, but this shit happens
That's
all the time, though. It's just like, either that or we just heading in the right direction. Either way,
all.
the
This the
um,
kickstart right here.
whoever's playing the controller, my nigga, hurry up and get to the like hurry
No,
up.
nope, 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 my nigga. This is a part of the journey that you got to go through to get to that next shit. No, it ain't no fast forward, my nigga. Ain't no fast forward. You got to go through all that, all the
I know,
trials,
bro.
tribulation,
Yeah, that's a fact. That's
and
a fact.
halation to get to where you going. You got to go through that shit. That's it. You got to
Yeah,
go through that shit. You got to go through it to get to it, my nigga. Like that's the only way.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's why it's like this things like this. If anybody that was like ego, like, oh yeah, I'm the what a we I appreciate things like this because this is like we could have real deep. I've
Mm-hmm.
had real deep conversations with complete strangers. You know what I mean? Um,
Hey, let me say this though. I'm a guy who has an ego, and I'm confident, like most men are. My ego
yeah,
is so in check, bro. I don't ever have to talk about any of the stuff I don't. With the young brother that I work with, man, he found out today about some other stuff that I've been into, because I don't really talk about any of this shit. I'm not big on boasting or talking about my past or who I know or anything. Even
right.
with doing this podcast, bro, I have over 250 episodes. All right. I got 250 episodes loaded up on the podcast directory of myself and the many guests that I've had. I'm
Mm.
not telling you who I had on there, but just scroll that motherfucker. Just scroll it. Just scroll it. Just scroll as long as you can until you go, damn, I ain't even know. Wait, who is that? Wait, who is that? Just scroll and find out who some of these motherfuckers are on my podcast. And I salute everybody that been on my podcast, and I'm thankful for everybody that came on there.
Salute to y'all. Word.
Every
Salute to
last
y'all.
fucking person. Down to you, my nigga. Down to you. You understand what
Salute
I'm
to
saying?
you and salute to you, man, because you out here, you doing your due diligence to actually research and find us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you said,
Yeah.
I scroll. You say, look, I scroll.
I
Sometimes
scroll, I scroll, I'll scroll for hours on a Saturday or on a Sunday while I'm putting other things together, while I'm getting other things together. You know what I'm saying? While I'm sitting here cleaning, or while I'm sitting here relaxing, not doing nothing. Because it's my motherfucking off day, so I'm gonna do what the fuck I desire when I'm ready to. You understand what I'm saying? It's my time. On my time, I do what I want. So,
that's a
um,
fact.
when I'm doing that, that's I'm scrolling, I'm scrolling, and I'm doing my due diligence to make sure I get the right people and I hear the right type of music and the right type of vibe that I would like to hear and share to the rest of the world. But when you talk
Shout
about
out to you for that. You heard? Shout
appreciate
out to
that.
you.
I
Facts.
appreciate that. But when it
False
comes,
prophets. Tune in, y'all.
no,
That's a
full
fact. And
profits, no, full
if y'all
profits.
this far in the podcast, that shows a lot, yo. So
Yeah,
shout out to
full
y'all. Shout out to false prophets.
Man.
full
Shout out,
profits. Yes,
bro.
sir.
That's
Yes,
what
sir.
it is, man. Doing your thing out there, man.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that, my G. Yeah, so I don't ever have to be out here bragging and talking a bunch of crazy ass talk, saying a bunch of weirdo shit out here, man. But um I'm appreciative of the opportunity that I have to really just reach out and just like talk to different people, you know what I'm saying? And be able to use my platform to help other people out. So like I said, this may be the jumping point, the starting point. I know other guys who are doing better than I am. They use this platform to get to the next level of where they are, you know?
Nah, bro. But listen, man, I appreciate you though, bro. That's
For sure.
respect. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
And like my man Fresco was saying too, man. You like the new magazines and shit, man. And the shit like that, bro. That makes us want to make more music. You feel me?
For sure.
it's just appreciation and just listening. You know what I mean? So I
For
respect
sure.
that, bro. Appreciate you. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir. Salute to y'all for jumping on. Like I said, man, it's always a beautiful thing to talk to different artists. But y'all niggas is bugging about y'all motherfucking put niggas on records and shit. Juicy J and Easy E. Y'all niggas is out of here. Y'all out of control. Y'all OC for that bullshit, man.
Yeah, I know you could imagine that. You imagine it
No,
now.
hell no. I did for a little bit. I was like, man, these niggas is tripping, man. These niggas tripping. It probably would be a dope ass combination though, man. We'd never know though unless they use some AI to do that shit. Y'all might be ahead of the game. Y'all might want to do that shit and throw it together.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's what
came
I'm
to
saying.
stay.
Yeah, you gave me an
Yeah.
idea, bro.
Hell yeah. Put that shit on y'all page and see how that shit rock out and say what it and
All
put it like
right,
a
bro.
what
I
if.
got a question for you though, real quick, bro.
Go ahead.
All right,
Send it.
bro. You
Send it.
believe in aliens, bro?
Yeah.
Why? Okay, what makes you believe in aliens?
Because it would be pretty fucking egotistical if I thought that I was the only like that we were the only people in this whole big ass universe.
Okay. Okay, I got another one. Do you believe we was visit?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. That's
And
another
we were
conversation though.
and we were visited.
Yeah. Well, do you
Okay.
believe that?
Yeah.
Okay, why do you believe that?
Why do I believe that? Okay, I believe that we were visited because all of the things that we have seen, just starting with the pyramids, are older than 5 to 10,000 years old, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
pyramids are they're saying 5,000, but they're cutting it down because you know how that those group of people like to do everything, right? They like to cut down the time and make everything seem like it really wasn't when it really was, right? So let's just say the pyramids are 10 to 20,000 years old, and it actually has something to do with water erosion. How would that
Mm,
happen, right? So if it did happen, that means water erosion happened over 10 to 20,000 years, which means that this has happened at least 2 times already,
mm.
Mhm.
right?
How you?
Which
Yeah.
means that we are reverse engineering the same fucking shit that we've been using this entire time because somebody else was already here doing it.
Mm. You
But
hit.
the wrong people may have gotten left in control, and the motherfuckers is like, all right, we out and we ain't coming back until y'all figure that shit out. You understand what I'm saying? They may have been like, yo, we ain't coming
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
We ain't coming back, man. Look at fuck them niggas, man. They done lost control of that bitch, man. Hell no. Like you seen them memes sometimes they say, yo, Earth is a ghetto, man. We can't go there, man. We not going there. Fuck them. I positively think that some of the asteroids that they say are gonna hit us or they do flyovers, I think those are actually ships embedded
Yo,
inside them shits and they
shit
go
is crazy.
yeah,
It's
and they just
crazy,
fly by.
man. It's crazy right now, man.
Yo, I
Yeah.
seen some shit that China did. I don't know if y'all seen it. With they did like 10 or 20,000 drones, and they made a show in the
Oh
sky.
yeah, they do that shit for New Year's. They do that shit all the time.
hmm
Yo, bro, I
hmm
was like, and then I don't know if you ever heard of Project Bluebeam,
Oh, cool. What?
but bro, they all of these. Okay, so you remember the Coachella Tupac hologram, right?
hmm
All right, boom. Not 9/11 and all of that, right? I mean, I don't want to get your podcast flagged.
No, talk your shit. I want my podcast to get flagged. Go ahead. Look, they already took a couple of my videos off because me and my homie 606 is one of my partners that does a podcast with me, but he's also part of my group. We got flagged for talking about what's this the body chemical that they trying to use to make themselves younger. What's that shit called? Um,
Adrenochrome,
huh?
adrenochrome,
What's it called?
the adrenochrome,
Adrenal adrenal that shit, right?
adrenochrome. I
Whatever
know
that
what you're
shit is
saying.
right
I
there.
know what you're saying.
Yeah, adrenal, whatever it is. We
Yeah,
got
the
flagged for
fake.
that shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got
I
flagged for
know.
that shit. They took my
I
shit
know.
off. Like I can't see it on there no more. And I told them I'm not taking it off.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, so that
Yeah,
shit got that
we're
shit got
probably gonna
flagged
get flagged
flagged.
right now just for saying that.
I don't
Nah,
care.
man.
No,
Listen,
it's fine. No,
The
but oh, okay,
UFO.
so have you all seen the Joe Rogan podcast with Commander Fravor on there?
You
of
said
course, Commander Fravor. Listen, man.
My nigga, right?
Come on,
Right?
yo.
He
But my
said
thing.
he said we were doing the mission and we were flying over the ocean. We saw
Mhm,
an object, we followed it. We couldn't lock onto it because it had no exhaust or no diesel fumes or any type of trail from it. He
mhm,
said so
mhm.
it dropped down from 50,000 feet to above level with the ocean. He said when we drop down, it takes us a few seconds to get down there. He said in less than, uh-oh, my man's went out on me. Did he go out? So bust it. I'm gonna go back to what I was saying.
Yeah,
Commander
yeah,
Fravor
fact,
was
fact.
on there, right? He said when we dived down to catch up to it, when it
Mm-hmm.
was floating over the surface of the ocean, he
Yeah.
said it was down there in 2 seconds. He said it takes us a longer time to get down there to it at 50,000 feet. He said by the time
Mm-hmm.
we got down to it, it shot back up into the air.
Mm-hmm.
He
With
said,
Commander Diedrich, it was two of them. It was Diedrich was there, and the other guy, he was doing the Wizzo. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And
yeah,
Commander Fravor.
yeah, and they all said they saw the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. I got a couple of questions with that because
Bet it up. I'm here. I'm
I
here
got a couple
talking.
of questions with that. Right?
Talk
Like
your
my
shit.
first instinct is like, yo, that shit is crazy. That's my first instinct. Like, yo, that shit is sounds crazy. But then I got to think. Right? Originally, it went back to the cap point. He says it when they got back and they landed, that object went back to their cap point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes me think, how did they know did it go back to their cap point? Number two, was it like a mission? It's right off, it's on San Diego. They did that mission on the Pacific Ocean off of San Diego. They're
Mm-hmm.
doing their training.
Mm-hmm.
Next minute, they get the radio in. Oh, go to we see this object. You know what I mean? We talking about the government here. You know what I mean? These people are not really. You know what I mean? These people will lie to a lie to a lie
To
into another
exactly.
lie, which is that's a
That's why I feel
lie.
like they've known this shit for a long time. Like this
It
is
has to be. Think
they've known
about
this shit for a long time. And I
it.
also feel like, they know enough to lie about it. Because I don't think we ever went to the moon. I think we may have went to outer space, but I don't think that we originally went to the moon.
Oh man,
I think we went into outer space and
uh-huh.
motherfuckers was out there floating around,
Facts.
but they
Yeah.
never went into the full vacuum of space. They
It's
were out
no
there far enough to look down over the earth and say, all right, we cool. We gonna just float out here for a little bit in this bitch and then we gonna head back.
Come on, these people are the master of deception. You know
They
what I
are.
mean? Like
They are.
propaganda, like all this in World War II. Like, all this propaganda
You
came from World
talking.
War II.
You
You know
talking,
what I
my
mean?
nigga.
They took these Nazi scientists,
Yeah.
brung them over here to
Yeah. Brought them
work.
over here. Yeah.
You know
Some
what
went
I
to
mean? These
Brazil.
guys,
Some went to
which are
Argentina.
geniuses. These guys
Yeah.
are geniuses. You know, yes,
100%.
they are killers, but they
Yeah.
are also genius. It's like R. Kelly. You know what I mean? R. Kelly, he's a great genius, but he might piss on your little girl. You know what I
He
mean? He
just
might do
might. He
something.
might
You know
do.
what I
He might do
mean?
that.
He's a
Yep.
freak. He's a
Yeah.
little nasty.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, is like I feel like both is happening at the same time. I think it's some real shit too, but I also think
Like it gotta be a
I,
balance type shit.
yeah, it's also government fucking, black projects, man. Where you think all this money goes to? You know what I mean?
One person
Listen,
said,
black projects are real. It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
one person said they might be using us to feed these motherfuckers. That's why you see like population control and shit like that. Like they may be taking
You
the
have
bodies
to.
and doing
Yeah,
something
man.
like when we bury when we get buried or whatever. There's no telling what happened to the bodies and all this, or to the fluids while we in the hospitals. It may be a whole setup to like siphon all the fluids and give it to them or whatever right here because they may have crash landed. They can't leave.
But are people ready for head to head shit like that?
I
That's the
think
real
they are.
key.
I think we talking about at least 100 years of hearing this stuff because the more and more that it goes on, the more and more you see more movies talk about that same stuff, and people are no longer uh blown away by it. They're like, yo, it's either real or it's not now. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm
man.
saying? Like people are
Disclosure,
just like,
man. Listen, we working on
yeah,
disclosure over here, man.
yeah. People are more like,
Disclosure.
yo, either that shit happened, it's either real or it's not. And I'm not saying that black people aren't great. I believe that whatever happened in the beginning, like Stonehenge, the pyramids, I believe that we did all that on our own. But I just believe that there was a civilization that either were genius and they used total great ingenuity to make these things, right? And then they went
Mhm.
all over the world and they taught different people who were already there, well not already there because Africa broke up, right, and became these other different places
Mhm.
and the people, the radiation in the sky, all that stuff
Mhm.
happened and everybody changed, skin colors and everything else changed like that, blah 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 blah.
It's like different fruits. If you go
That's
somewhere
it.
different
That's it.
places,
And they
like
just taught
yeah,
each other, right?
yeah,
But I
yeah.
believe that either the ingenuity was there for them to do it, my G, or someone visited and said, "Yo, this is actually what we giving y'all. The same way on Prometheus. You seen Prometheus? When
Nah,
they
I never
came
seen
down,
that.
you never seen? Watch
No.
Prometheus.
Okay.
Watch Prometheus. Something came down, gay dude something. He drunk it. His body broke down into molecules and everything. But the planet they was on was made and designed
Mm.
for that.
Mm.
Another, so the moon landing. I'm gonna tell you a movie that I told my
Okay.
homie, and I don't even know if my nigga watched this movie, but it's called Capricorn. Watch that.
Mm. Mm.
Not any version of Capricorn, but watch the one with O.J. Simpson in it. It's called
Capricorn. Okay. O.J.
Capricorn.
Simpson. Okay. Let me put that.
Capricorn. Watch that, and you're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck? You're gonna be like, yo, this might be that thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
Capricorn.
yeah, Capricorn.
Yeah.
It got O.J. Simpson in it. It got O.J. Simpson, and not because it could be any one of them, but watch the one with O.J. Simpson in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Right?
listening, man.
Right?
Listen, man. Like I said. I'm not like I'm in and out. Sometimes I'm in, and sometimes I'm out. You know what I mean?
I
With this
am
whole
too.
shit. You know
I
what I
am too.
mean?
But for me, like I said, either it's real or it's not. So y'all might as well just come
Yeah.
out and say it and just let's just get it over with.
Yeah.
Because either they running this whole thing for y'all, they running this whole thing and they gave it to y'all by accident, or it's not real. And
Yeah.
if they did give it to y'all by accident, are y'all keeping it from us because y'all know if they actually start talking to us and they hear the real story and they hear the truth about what actually happened here, they're gonna
Yeah.
go,
We
"Oh no,
ready.
give
We
it back
got
to him.
composure. We
Give it
ready.
back to him."
Yeah, man. We on your podcast, bro. We need disclosure, man. We here. We need disclosure out here,
For
man.
sure, for sure.
Yo,
I'm with it.
Steven Spielberg is actually making a new movie right now called Disclosure. So people should definitely catch that if they on to what we were talking about.
For sure.
I'm interested in that movie, man. That shit is gonna.
Another movie. Have you seen a movie called District 9?
Of course, hell yeah.
That shit
That
was
shit.
fire. I've been
That shit
waiting
was
for
fire too.
years for the next one to come out, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
I've been
yeah,
waiting
yeah.
years for the next one to come out,
Yeah,
my G.
yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I seen recently, and which is kind of crazy. What's it called? Third Encounter and Fourth Kind.
Of the close kind, or did they do one
Yeah,
after that?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It was
yeah,
like in the '70s that movie
yeah,
came out.
yeah.
Watching that one was
Yeah,
crazy too. I think that was Steven Spielberg as well too. But yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. District 9 was fire.
They out there making shit. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry,
And
topic.
it
You know,
could
I
it could be imagination, but this shit could be real too. We said off topic. We say what?
Nah, this is my shit right here, man. When I
Nah,
tell you, man,
listen,
like,
Charlie, when it comes to space
come
and
on, I'm a reptilian.
aliens,
You heard? Like a real reptilian out here,
space
man.
No, don't
invaders,
say
like
you're a reptile, man. Don't say no shit like that, my nigga. Don't be saying that, man.
Reptilians, man.
Don't be saying that, man. They tell them the motherfuckers is real. But so here's the thing about that though. In the evolution, in the process of evolution, we had to come from something, right?
Of course. I mean,
So
evolution's every day.
Our DNA and our chromosomes are carried in just about every animal and type of plant that there is on this earth. So we share similar DNAs and chromosomes and all that stuff
but
with
that's
different
why I
plants and
feel like me
everything.
personally, bro. Not to cut you off, my
Now go
fault, but
ahead, go
I feel
ahead.
like we're Earthlings. I feel like we're just organisms that just came from this Earth because everything that builds up the Earth, we're made up of.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah.
feel like we're like you know how
I believe that we the
bacteria
one
just
thing
builds
on
up
this
and certain
earth.
shit.
I believe that we the one thing on this earth that just violated the laws of nature and we fucked up shit. And every day we wake up, this
Elaborate,
earth, this
Like a virus.
yeah,
elaborate
we're a
on that.
virus. I believe that
Yeah, like
I
I feel
believe
like
at
Earth
one
is the
point,
plant. I said that shit
Yeah,
yeah,
too. I do feel like
bacteria.
yeah, we bacteria.
we were in harmony with everything,
Yeah.
and something happened, and we fucked, and everything got fucked
The
up.
T virus, bro.
We got fucked up. We got fucked up, and now because we so fucked up with everything that we doing, we have become a virus to this planet. And every day, every hour, every minute, this planet is trying its best to shift and push motherfuckers off or kill
So let me ask
motherfuckers.
both of y'all this:
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all think we can survive? Because do you think we could survive out of this planet?
Mm.
Nah,
We're Earthlings, bro.
no,
We got built. That's my. We got built from this Earth, like just like how bacteria and certain, you know how maggots just grow out of
yeah,
shit. Like
yeah,
we are the maggots of this Earth. Like
we are.
that's people think we came from fish, from monkeys. No, we came from the Earth. But wherever this Earth came from, we come from inside of it.
That's
Like
what I
that's what
said.
we.
That's what I said. Watch Prometheus, man.
I gotta watch
Prometheus,
that. Yeah.
Prometheus,
Prometheus.
yeah, Prometheus is about this guy
Watch the
from
light though.
the dude from Alien who wanted to meet his maker, and he always wanted to be a part of creating shit. He wanted to go meet the maker that created everything that created us. But at the same time, because he wanted to be that guy, he wanted to create things too, right? So
Mm-hmm.
he ended up creating those robots that could go to planets and do all that stuff, right? And he ended up creating a robot that could do a little bit more. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the robot, yo, it's you just got to follow that shit. And a lot of the shit starts to come together and it makes sense, man. But you got to follow the trail of movies that lead up to all that shit, man. Like
Mm.
it's a couple of Alien movies and then the Prometheus. But just watch Prometheus, man, and just sit there and it's Prometheus and it's another one that you gotta watch, bro. It's Prometheus and it's another one. I think it's
Prometheus. Oh, we about to watch that shit tonight.
it's
Yeah.
Prometheus, but it's one of those alien movies that happen as well, and they line up with everything that I'm talking about, and it explains how the aliens came into the existence, right? So
Yeah.
they went looking for the original engineers that created all the shit, and when they found them, the engineers was like, "Yo, we gotta kill I'm gonna kill every last one of y'all."
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's
Yeah,
just
shit, great. I gotta catch
yeah,
up on that.
yeah, it's
Yo,
just one of
listen,
those
man, let's do
things.
a part two. I catch up on that,
For
man.
sure. For sure. We can
Let's
definitely
do
do that.
that.
We can lock in. That ain't nothing to me, man. We just gotta schedule it the right way. The right
Yeah.
Yeah,
time
for
and
sure.
everything. Yeah, that's all it is. Hell yeah. Y'all got anything y'all wanna add before I get the fuck up out of here,
You know
man?
what I mean? It's your
No,
boy
we don't.
Charlie Beats, man. I do the
Mm-hmm.
production out here. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Coming from Staten Island, Park Hill, 160.
yes,
You know what
sir.
I mean?
Yes,
That's
sir.
from, you know what I mean? The Wu building. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I
they
seen a
said.
lot of shit when I was a kid growing up. Well, Wu Tang, before I even knew what the fuck Wu Tang really what it was.
Tell him your background real quick.
Oh yeah. Charlie Beats, man. I've been on YouTube. I did some shit with Davies on the Black Rose, the Let It Go joint. You know what I mean? Like I caught a lot of good vibes off that. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
so I kind of just been doing me type shit. You
For
know what I
sure.
mean? Coming from Staten Island is kind of
Yeah, tell me tech stories and shit real quick.
well, yeah, it's multiple Wu Tang stores. I remember, like, yo, when I was a kid, I used to go on top of the radiator and shit, and they used to be outside in front of the building all night. I used
Mm.
to tell my mom, like, yo, they don't got work in the morning. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Coming in the staircase and shit like that, smoking in the staircase. Until later on, we started smoking in the
So they
staircase.
don't got work
For
in the
sure.
morning?
Yeah, you know, the Inspector Deck's mom and shit like that. Like before I even knew who these people really were. You know what I mean?
For sure.
They not my like age group, but it's like
Yeah.
it been around before I knew what it was. And then as I man, and you realize you go back, it's like damn, it's been a lot of shit that was going
Right.
on.
That was them. That was them. Like
Mm-hmm.
was around here for real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Met
For
the man
sure.
used to be there all the time, Raekwon, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Inspector Deck. Cap all the time they used to pull up on the building and everything, you know, on the ramp, everything. So it's crazy. That's one of the influence of music too, for me too.
For sure.
Hearing the boombox all day, all night, all night.
All right,
Yeah, shout
so
to the local legends doing their thing right now. Shout to Chunky, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Chunk
Oh
Name
Business.
yeah,
y'all
Park
music. Name
Hill.
any projects
Park
that y'all
Hill.
got coming out and where they can get any of y'all music too.
Right now, we all over the place. Spotify, Apple Music,
Yeah.
YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anywhere you listen to music at, you can find us. Just search up Al Fresco Charlie Beats.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Mm-hmm.
you gonna find us. We just dropped the Burnt Bridges EP. It's
Facts.
going
Mm-hmm.
crazy in the streets right now. Um, we got Chambers 1 is out right now, but we got Chambers 2 on the way. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And that's
For
gonna go
sure.
crazy. You know what I
Word.
mean? So we
For
got
sure.
New Amsterdam is out right now. He got the beat tapes out. I mean, you guys want tired of these YouTube type beats and everybody type beats? Go search up.
Yeah, man.
Go
Mm-hmm.
search
Hey,
up.
listen, come get your shit mixed
Yeah,
and mastered too. Like, you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, y'all be having nice cars, but y'all don't get them shits washed. Come get them shits washed. Yo,
Mm-hmm.
get your shit washed, man.
Yeah.
Don't be
Talk your
afraid. You
shit.
know what I
Talk
mean?
your shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't be afraid. Come get it
Yeah.
washed, man.
For sure,
That's
for
it.
sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, remember the mission statement when you're striving for greatness. God never put you in the driver's seat if it's taken. Ladies and gentlemen,
Mm.
al fresco, Charlie Beats. I appreciate you guys jumping on the podcast with me and tearing it
I
down.
appreciate you
Appreciate you,
having
bro.
us, man.
Yes, sir, my
Appreciate
Love,
you,
G.
man. Shout
bro.
out to False Prophets,
Word.
man.
Yes, sir.
Prophet,
This is
appreciate
the
you,
first time,
bro.
but it won't be the last. You
It
heard?
will not be. Y'all be safe out there, my G's.
Yes, sir. You as well, man. Shout out to
Yep.
the whole Chicago as well, man.
Yep, for
We love
sure.
y'all.
Oh, shot.